Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. I'm here at EICMA 2024 and I'm here at the Benelli stand. Now if you've seen my coverage of Benelli before, they have a lot of bikes and a lot of colours. Too many to focus on each one individually. A slight difference this year is I've actually ridden some of them. The UK importer has been kind enough to let me try a few of their adventure bikes. And yeah, they are pretty good, and for the money there's not a lot else out there that comes close. So I'll try and show you what I can from here. There's a couple of retro looking bikes over on the other side that I quite like the look of, so maybe I'll focus a little bit more on those. Right, here we go. So first up we have the TRK902 X. This is a bike that I've ridden a green one, and I thought it was pretty good. It was, quick enough, quite fun to ride, came nicely spec, came with luggage, and yeah, ever such good value for money in the UK. We've got it in different colorways here. That one's there is in black and yellow. Sorry, these aren't the X versions, it's just the standard TRK902. But yeah, they look pretty tidy. Also available in a much understated grey, and then also available again in green and yellow. And then the last one for this side is the white. Now, I'll dwell on this one just for a moment to give you a bit of a close-up look. I mean, there's not that much to them. You know what? The dash looks a little bit dated, but for what they cost, I think something like this, it's something like £6,000. Apologies if I got that wrong, in the UK with luggage. And that is a lot of bike for your money. If you just wanted a sports tourer that you could quite happily ride two up around Europe, I think that would do really well. And for the cost of shipping, you can almost buy one of these, use it, sell it back at the end, and be a fraction of what it would cost to ship one over. On this side we have the Benelli Imperiale, which is a basic single cylinder. I think it's a 400. Yeah, it's a 400cc. Here we have their version on a cruiser, I suppose. It's the 502C. I think these are all the 502s down here. So we have the TRK 502 in the metallic green, and then also available in the black. And this is the 502X in the black and white, and then finally in the yellow. So here we have something that looks a little bit different. This is the Benelli Tornado Naked Twin 500. Certainly got different styling, that mint green and sort of the blue. I mean, I do quite like the look of that. I mean, that front end, it's a bit like a transformer. Yeah, it looks a bit like the dash is perched up on top there with the wiring sticking out. They could not be accused of copying anyone. I don't think I've seen anything, quite like that. And again, looks nicely finished. Go up there just to show you the dash as well. So here are the Benelli Tornado sports bikes. Now that one is a 550 twin. Comes with Brembo brakes, nicely finished on the top. It's got adjustable suspension. And yeah, if you didn't want to have a super sport that was going to do yourself some damage, I think that's pretty cool. It's also available as a Tornado 400, also a twin, also nicely finished. I think that one's got a built-in camera as well. And yeah, I just think that's a really nice looking bike. Here we have the Benelli 752S, sort of naked bike. This might be a bit more interesting, especially to my audience. So this is the BKX 300. It is a 300cc trail bike from the look of it, 155 kilos, 300cc single. I'm not too sure about the indicators on the handguards, but other than that, yeah, that comes with a metal alloy bash guard down there. And the details on it does have adjustable suspension. Comes with that Benelli exhaust even that looks quite nice. So yeah, simple dash, if you can just about see that up at the front. But yeah, no, I really like the look of that. Also available in a super motard version. It's got that same exhaust on it, same looking dash. Yeah, and that green and white is quite striking. Just going to finish off down this side there, the TNT 125 Tornado. I actually rode one of those at the ABR Festival on the trails. It was a huge amount of fun. I was just waiting for some clown music to play. Here we've got a BN, which I think is a 125. And now we're into the Leoncinos, the 250. Nice looking little 250. Let's go through the displacements. We have a 500, and this was the bike that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. It's a Leoncino, but with the red and the shock with the yellow spring and the spoke wheels. I quite like the look of that. I mean, it's something a little bit different. But yeah, that's a 500 trail, but that looks quite tasty for sort of retro scrambler. So just to finish off down this side, we have the Bobber 400. Here we have the Leoncino trail. I think that's the 700. I'll just come down the line, and then finally we have the 800, which also looks rather good. Before finishing up, I think that's the 800 in the grey. These are the new bikes that Leoncino have been launching here. This is the Bobber 400, which has a few nice little features on it. If you look at that, you can just about see the air filter there inside that little cover. It looks quite nice in that ivory colour. I think there's been an interview going on to my right, so I'm going to give them a wide berth. Here we have the TRK902 Explorer. So everyone seems to be doing 900cc adventure bikes these days, and that one looks all right. It looks a little bit more aggressive than their other adventure bikes. This one's about 100 horsepower, comes with knobbly tyres on here. It's like a slightly stubby screen, can't see what the dash looks like, but that does look pretty cool. I mean, it's not the lightest thing out there, 235 kilos, but then, you know, at 100 horsepower, that's, yeah, that looks pretty good. And just to finish up, we have two 125s. We have the BKX 125S, which is a street bike, and then I'll give you a bit more focus on the BKX 125 trail bike. I actually really like the look of that. I think that looks, you know, certainly something different. They haven't just copied what everybody else is doing, and we don't have a lot of 125cc trail bikes out there. Again, they've stuck with the indicators in the hand grips, which isn't necessarily ideal, but I do quite like the look of it. As there's a bit of a gap around this BKX 300, I thought I'd come back and have a proper look. So yeah, I actually really like the look of that. The fact it comes with the bash guards and with those pegs, it does look like it's got quite a low seat. You know, it does dip down quite a lot in there. If I come up and over, you can see the suspension adjusters and then that very simple dash up there. But you know what? It's fine. I think it does. I'm sure it does enough for what is needed. So this bike in that form weighs 155 kilos. So yeah, it's a bit heavier than a Honda CRF. But then again, if it's priced lower, I think something like that as a trail bike would do quite well. Let me see if I can see what kind of shock there is in there. Yeah, there's certainly preload adjustment on the shock when I get in there. I can't see if there's any other adjustment further down, maybe not. But at least having an adjustable fork at this price point is pretty cool. So that's it, that is my video from the Benelli stand here at EICMA 2024. Lots of interesting things here. It's nice to have actually ridden some of them, so I know a little bit more about them when I see them. I did like that sort of candy apple red Leoncino 500 with the spoke wheels. In particular, this 300cc trail bike. If we can get those in the UK, and I don't know what they're going to cost, £3,000–4,000, something like that, I think they would do very well. That's it for now. I hope that's been interesting and useful. If it has, please check out my other content from EICMA, and maybe I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.